French Riviera, known for its glamorous casinos, sunlit beaches, and affluent lifestyle, became the backdrop for one of France's most enduring mysteries. In 1977, Agnès Le Roux, a 29-year-old heiress to the Palais de la Méditerranée casino, disappeared without a trace. Her story is not just a tale of a missing person. It is a labyrinth of betrayal, greed, and a decades-long fight for justice. With powerful figures entangled in the casino industry and allegations of murder and manipulation, this case has captured public fascination for over 4 decades. What happened to Agnès? Was she a victim of a sinister plot by those closest to her? Or did she vanish willingly to escape the web of conflicts around her? To understand this tragedy, we must first explore the world she inhabited, a world where loyalty was a fragile illusion and betrayal came at a deadly price. Agnès Le Roux was no ordinary young woman. As the only daughter of René Le Roux, a formidable businesswoman and owner of the Palais de la Méditerranée, Agnès grew up in a life of privilege. However, this privilege came with heavy expectations, especially from her mother, who was fiercely protective of their family legacy. While René was focused on maintaining her control of the casino, Agnès longed for independence. Her fiery personality clashed with her mother's calculated demeanor, and their relationship became strained. In the 1970s, the casino world in Nice was rife with mob influence, corruption, and cutthroat rivalries. The Palais de la Méditerranée faced mounting competition from rival casinos, particularly those controlled by Jean-Dominique Frattoni, a businessman with ties to unsavory figures. It was during this turbulent time that Agnès met Maurice Agnelet, a charming lawyer working for her mother. Maurice was 15 years her senior, ambitious and enigmatic. Despite warnings from friends and family, Agnès fell deeply in love with him, a decision that would ultimately alter the course of her life. In the months leading up to her disappearance, Agnès made a decision that shocked everyone. Encouraged by Maurice, she sold her shares in the casino to her mother's rival, Jean-Dominique Frattoni. This move not only betrayed René's trust, but also weakened her control over the Palais de la Méditerranée, allowing Frattoni to solidify his dominance in the casino industry. Maurice, it was later revealed, had orchestrated the sale for his own financial gain, pocketing the proceeds. The betrayal devastated René, but it also left Agnès in a precarious position. She began to express fears about her safety, telling friends that she felt trapped and manipulated by Maurice. The once confident heiress now seemed vulnerable and isolated. Her relationship with Maurice had become volatile, with reports of heated arguments and emotional turmoil. Then, in late October 1977, Agnès vanished without a trace. Her car was discovered near the French-Italian border, abandoned, but there were no signs of a struggle. The only clue left behind was the lingering question: where had she gone? As the search for Agnès began, suspicion quickly fell on Maurice Agnelet. He was the last person known to have seen her alive, and his motives were undeniable. Witnesses came forward, claiming Agnès had confided in them about Maurice's manipulative behavior and her fear of him. Yet Maurice denied any involvement in her disappearance. Without a body or concrete evidence, authorities struggled to build a case against him. Over the years, the investigation took many twists and turns. In 1983, a former associate of Maurice claimed he had confessed to the murder, describing how he had disposed of Agnès's body in the Mediterranean Sea. However, the lack of physical evidence made it impossible to corroborate this testimony. The case remained unsolved, haunted by rumors and speculation. For René Le Roux, the loss of her daughter was a pain she could not escape. She spent the rest of her life seeking justice, tirelessly campaigning to uncover the truth. Her determination kept the case alive, even as it seemed to fade from public memory. In the 2000s, a breakthrough occurred that reignited hope for closure. Maurice's son, Guillaume, came forward, testifying that his father had admitted to killing Agnès during a heated family argument. This revelation was enough to reopen the case, and in 2014, nearly 40 years after Agnès disappeared, Maurice Agnès was convicted of her murder. Yet, even this verdict did not bring full closure. Agnès' body was never found, and Maurice continued to proclaim his innocence. For some, his conviction was a triumph of justice. For others, it was a conviction built on circumstantial evidence and unresolved doubts. The lack of a definitive answer only deepened the mystery. The disappearance of Agnès Le Roux remains one of France's most haunting mysteries. Her story is not just about a young woman lost to the darkness of greed and betrayal. It is a reflection of the fragility of trust and the devastating consequences of ambition. For decades, the case has captivated the French public, inspiring books, documentaries, and debates. To this day, it raises questions about how far people are willing to go for power and wealth. As we reflect on this tragic tale, one question lingers. What really happened to Agnès Le Roux? Was she a victim of calculated murder, or did she choose to disappear from a life filled with turmoil? Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered. Until then, her story serves as a chilling reminder that even the most privileged lives can be shattered by betrayal.